Drag Queen Story Hour moves to mainstream media today on Barnyard News. Y'all stay tuned. Hello there, boys and girls, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another edition of Barnyard News. And today we got a lot to cover because the whole world done gone crazy. In our top story, Sam Brinton, a non-binary Biden official, stole a bunch of jewelry worth $1,700 in second luggage theft. Now, look at this fella right here, boys and girls. This fella here, he's a boy that dresses like a girl sometimes and looks like a man dressed like a girl and does drag queens and all kind of stuff. And they call him they. Somehow or another, he's got two people because sometimes he plays as a boy and sometimes he plays as a girl, and so he's non-binary somehow or another. Now, this is kind of crazy. The same thing, the power substation's being attacked, and they talking about that it was because of the drag queen thing up there in North Carolina. And some rednecks must have shot up some kind of power station, but the only picture that we can see is this one little bullet hole in one little damn thing or a little fan thing. I ain't seen nothing to prove that it was all shot up like some machine gun went brrr, 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 and all that kind of stuff. But now we got these here drag queens, and this fella here, he runs the spent nuclear disposition thing at the Department of Energy. Can you believe that? A drag queen dude. Ain't that the whole world gone? It's a war. The drag queens is at war with us or something. So y'all don't believe me that it's a war with these here drag queens and everything? Well, great goodness, you got the power stations and the girl that called in the whole thing at the power station, she used to be in the military and PSYOPs and all. And then you got over there in Ukraine, you got a gay comedian who played the piano with his pecker one time on TV.
Мы не придем, на шоу тут так. Раз, два, три, четыре.
So that's a drag queen, and everywhere you look, the drag queens over here. And then did you hear Tractor Supply done had a drag queen story hour that they sponsored? Yeah, all these people, all these big corporations and all, and the ES&G and all that kind of stuff, they all inclusive, don't you know? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I ain't calling a he, a they, and a shim, a they, and a day, and all that kind of, LGBTQRSTUVWXY and Z. It ain't right. You humans have done gone crazy out there, and now you're gonna let everybody push you around to recognize this fella is a they, and that shim is a shim, and all kinds of crazy stuff. So over there in Ukraine and everything, I even had a preacher say, we got to help them people over yonder. That's why we sending all that money over yonder to kill people and everything. And he supports the Nazis and the little gay comedian who played his piano with his peckers. Can you believe that? That shows you right there America's gone to hell in a handbasket. When a preacher say, send a whole bunch of weapons and everything to kill people over yonder because we got to help them. And then it's a Nazi gay comedian who plays the piano with his pecker. So you know, everywhere across the country now they're talking about power stations being attacked and all, and drag queens and all this kind of stuff. So our local sheriff down here, old Frankie Lee Bone Jr., had to jump into it. And there's a road down around here up at the Walter Reed Dam, and you drive down this road and everything, and you go down to the dam. Well, the road ain't even close to the power station. There's a parking lot down there, and then you got to walk around down yonder and all. And so Lee Bone, I tell you what, just watch this.
County Sheriff Lee Bone, and I wanted to talk with you briefly about an incident that took place here yesterday around 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. Right here on this very road, we had a vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed that started discharging a firearm outside of the vehicle. The shell casings kind of went from where you see this can at, further on up the road. I forget how many different casings we end up finding. Now, to put it into perspective, our hydro station is on this side of the road, about a half a mile through all these thick woods here. So these are the facts that we're looking at right now. And until we find out something different, I currently have no reason to believe this shooting incident has anything to do with an attack on the hydro station. And if we find out something different, I'll let you know, but as of right now, I'm just not seeing the connection between the two.
So you see that? See that road down yonder got a lot of deer around there too, and we got a lot of rednecks around here that sometimes it's salt and pepper season, if you know what I mean. And I do believe you might have seen a salt and pepper situation down yonder where they just got them a little venison and throwed it in the back of the truck and hauled ass real quick. They wasn't even around the substation, you dumbass. But he is going to capitalize on never let a crisis go to waste when you can get your little face in there on Facebook. And the right Sheriff Frankie Lee Bone Jr. And then how's all this tie into this here Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX thing? Well, the FTX was laundering money from the drag queen, gay Ukrainian Zelensky and putting it all into the Democrats with the transgender nuclear power plant fella. And that's how, you know, that's how they do things. And so they all tied in together. And if you push it a little bit further, you might find out that they've been taking trips to islands all over the place, if you know what I mean. Is anything going to come of all this? I'm going to tell y'all something. The world has gone crazy, and if we don't say, you know, I ain't going crazy with the world, and I ain't calling they, them, and he, and I ain't doing none of that. You got a he and a she, and they don't need to be running anything because they're crazy. So why there's an invasion of drag queens, there's people dropping dead all over the place. And blood clots and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But I ain't heard no famous drag queen falling down. Maybe they don't drink the Kool-Aid like everybody else. Now, I don't give investment advice, but if I was you, I might would think about investing in funeral homes and mortuaries. It looks like there's going to be a lot of business. In other news, at the Capitol Center on top of the Columbia, South Carolina, they got another drag queen show going on. You reckon Columbia's power's gonna go out or something? If these drag queens keep having these shows and everything, we'd liable to not have any power in the whole country. Maybe even the world. It's a takeover by the drag queens. Ah! In other news, Tractor Supply in Waco, Texas sponsored a drag queen story hour, and now it's trying to cover it up. You see what I'm talking about? Drag queens are infiltrating all over the place. It's a drag queen conspiracy. The FBI investigates the deliberate attacks on the North Carolina power stations. Ooh, I'm glad they on the job. You reckon they'll find out that the drag queens, great goodness, what did the drag queens do? Maybe the drag queens shot up the damn own power station just to get a little headline and get people to come down yonder. But you know what? When they had the drag queen show in North Carolina, everybody had the power out, but they had some power from a generator or something. Anyway, they had their little thing, and wasn't nobody even protesting them. So where's all the protests? And that's the reason they shot up the place. I don't buy the bullshit. Next thing you know, you're gonna have the first binary, you'll have the president instead of the president. The whole damn world got crazy! Anyway, this is Barnyard News and this is Folk Chop reporting. Y'all have a good day and we'll see you next time. Bye. Shit.